I'm here at the Salton Sea, and the history behind this place is pretty crazy. The lake was created by an inflow of water from the Colorado River in about 1905, and in the 1950s and the 1960s, it became somewhat of a resort town for the rich and famous to come boat, water ski, drink cocktails, gossip, all the goods. No, they come out here and just kind of get away from it all and have a good time. The weather's hot, and then you've got this big, beautiful lake behind me to get refreshed in. In the 70s, scientists started issuing warnings saying that the lake would dry up or continue to shrink and become more and more uninhabitable to wildlife. And in the 80s, farm runoff created an outbreak, and massive die-offs of the wildlife, the fish and the birds, and the water became pretty contaminated. After all the fish started dying, they were washed ashore, and as you could probably imagine, it smelled really bad. Their bones pretty much line a lot of the shoreline now. And that's when people just kind of started not wanting to come here anymore because it was stinky and gross. And when the salinity rose, as the lake was shrinking, it just kept killing more and more fish species. And a lot of the birds that live around here would rely on the fish for food. And, well, when the fish died, the birds died or stopped coming around. So now that we've got the bare basics of the Salton Sea, let's go take a look closer to the water and see what we can find. So the size of the lake is approximately 343 square miles and 43 feet deep at its max depth. It is so massive, like going across, and then the length from, you can't even see, well, it's pretty overcast out here, but it's really long. There's all kinds of chairs out here too. But the town itself is pretty much kind of dwindled, if you will. A lot of the places out here are abandoned. I can imagine the weather is probably harsh on a lot of things out here, and over time takes its toll. And the smell's not that great either. Ugh. It's soft and hot and mushy and ew. That was a bad idea. Gross. I know that on the other side over there, like the whole beach is like, it looks like sand, but it's not sand, it's fish bones. But if you look here, a lot of this is just bones. From all the dead fishies. Someone got stuck. There's a chair in the water. I guess that there's still tilapia in there, but you don't want to swim in that water. I didn't even really want my feet sinking into the mud, but it happened. A harmful algal bloom is an overgrowth of algae in a body of water that could affect water quality and aquatic life. Some HABs produced by bacteria can create toxins that may also harm people, animals, and the local environment. Disgusting. Now that my feet were just covered in that yucky water. Toxins from algae in this water. No swimming. Stay away from scum and cloudy or discolored water. Do not use this water for drinking or cooking. Boiling or filtering will not make the water safe. Yeah, and see, I don't know if you can see, but right at the water's edge, you can kind of see that there's possibly an algae bloom. Ooh, stinks. Right there. Looks like I'm not the only one who wanted to walk out there and went sinking. So I don't think we're gonna be able to get very close over here on this side. Maybe I'll drive a little further down but I wonder why it's so wet up here. It's not like it's an ebb and flowing lake. I don't think they fill it up with anything anymore. So it's just weird that it's wet all the way up here. I guess migratory birds still use the lake though. Let's see what else we can find. Let's drive around a little bit. Right on the other side of Krusty over there is a motel. I almost wonder if that used to be the resort that was out here where everybody would come and hang out. That's how close I am now to the Jeep. That's how far away the water is. And there's bones. Oh, these are all bones. Whew, it's hot. So I'll do a search real quick to see if there's anything close, because I do not want to drive all the way around. That's going to add a couple more hours. Even though over there there's like docks and things like that. I think that's going to add too much time. And I really want to get home. So I'll do a search real quick and see if I can find anything closer to show. It is really hot out here. Let me see what temperature it is. It's 102 out here. And I do not recommend coming out here alone, or at least not without water. I guess you could come out here alone. It's not super bad, but definitely bring water. I have extra water from my trip in the Jeep that I use to rinse off my feet with. So yeah, now I'm gonna just kind of take a peek and see if there's anywhere else that I can check out. Can't see. No trespassing, not a through street. Okay. I don't know. Let's see. That was for that way. It's over here. This looks like an old RV campground area.
Hello, Liza. How do you do? I'm writing you a letter. I hope it reaches you. I know it's been a long time since you heard from me. I'm still kicking around here in Tennessee. I heard you got a new place. I heard you got a new job. I heard you got a haircut.
Public golf course, huh? Is that a golf course that we just drove through? Let's see what it says. Play is welcome. Sign in at Honor Trail. Fee. Players play through. Replace pivots, ball markers. Keep carts off the grass. Shoes and shirts required. Well, I don't see no grass.
An aeroplane shooting across the sky can surely take your body to a new place for a while.
So that was a quick little rundown of Salton Sea. You know, if you do decide to come down here, remember that people do live here, and even though some places may not look like they're lived in, they very well could be. So just be aware of that. Be respectful. But yeah, it's definitely a trip coming down here and reading the history on it and finding out what you can and just taking it all in. It's definitely worth it if you're close enough. If Salton City or the Salton Sea intrigues you even just the slightest amount, there are so many documentaries out there that you can watch on it. I definitely recommend doing so. It's really interesting and you will learn a lot of things. That being said, I am going to end this video now because I don't really want to drive to the other side of the lake. I want to go home. I haven't been home in a while and I want to go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the trail.